Hello, friends, and a very happy Saturday. Hoping that we've got the sound going. Mic should be on. Should all be cool. Happy Saturday, the 10th of January. Unbelievable. I hope you are all doing well. It's nice to get back into after the festivities. And I hope you all found a little bit of a recharging time across Christmas. Tonight, what I'm going to do, I'm on to answer some questions from our friends in the club. If you're not already in the club and you want to come and join us in the club, all you need to do is comment club. And if you're watching this on, hold on a wee sec, guys. Oh, dang. I put the wrong thing into Instagram. Hold on. Live TV. Yeah, if you're watching this on Instagram, or you're watching this on Facebook and you want to join my club, all you need to do is comment club and I'll send you a link to come and join. And I think we've got Instagram working now, which is awesome. Fantastic. Yeah, so welcome in. My name's Adam Holmes. I'm a songwriter from Edinburgh in Scotland. And let's get into some questions. I'm going to sing a couple of songs as well. All questions are come from the club. Eternal Freedom asks, how do you handle the stress of being a musician and being on social media? Good question. I mean, I've had an interesting week because the one thing that can be stressful about being famous on the internet, which I am, I've got 1 million followers, is, how your family see your self via your kind of online presence, right? Because in reality, how you are online and what you're posting online is not necessarily exactly what's happening in reality. But what happens is people just, hey Ben, how's it going? Good to see you. People project, and a lot of what you're really doing on social media is you're kind of storytelling, So for me, I've got a lot of old songs, and these old songs kind of come from different times in my life where maybe I wasn't in such a good place. And then it's my job to kind of conjure that energy, conjure that emotion to post and tell a story on social media, and also to perform well, right? But sometimes that can have problems in your family, because even though I'm in a good place and I'm healed, and there's been a lot of stuff in my past that I talk about because it was my life, and it's the content that I speak about. It's the context of the music and my personal brand and all that stuff. I get why it's difficult for family who haven't seen you, and all they're seeing is social media. And so sometimes that can be stressful. But ultimately, more than anything, I'm just thankful to be able to connect with so many of you guys on the internet and be able to be a dad and be at home, and the positives outweigh the negatives is my point, really. So that's how I handle the stress of being a musician, being on social media. Also, I do boxing training, punching things, lifting heavy weight, going for lots of walks, eating lots of really good food, healthy food. That's also what keeps me mentally healthy. Going to therapy, that keeps me mentally healthy. I recommend that, definitely. Ashley from the club asked, what are your thoughts on Christy Moore? I love Christy Moore. And one interesting thing I remember hearing about Christy Moore was that he doesn't allow alcohol at his concerts, which I always thought was really interesting. And I like it. I like that. I like environments where there isn't alcohol, certainly at night anyway. It feels like that can be a positive thing. Susan asks, how do you take care of your voice to sing your best? Do you sing and play daily? It's a good question, Susan. I did at one point go and see a voice specialist, and that was really useful. And they gave me a lot of techniques. They gave me a lot of tips, and that was a big help. Like I did the blowing through a straw into like a water to get a consistent tone. That really helped. I think maybe just acceptance, because when I was younger, I really wanted my voice to be perfect all the time. And now I think if you're singing and you're kind of getting your point across, then that's the main thing. So I'm much less freaked out about not being perfect than I used to be, thankfully. And that's something that maybe we can all, hopefully all relate to as we get a bit older, is just allowing what's there. Like if I show up and my voice is tired, voice is tired. If I show up and it's not, great, I enjoy that too. And yeah, it's really as simple as that. It's just more self-acceptance, you know. Ruth from the club asks, hey Ruth, asks, as an artist, do you ever go through moments when you need to disconnect from music and desire silence? Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like, I honestly don't listen to a lot of music because, you know, I need to have space and time. And when you're working on music all the time, you need to find spaces to process things. So every single morning I take 15 minutes and I look out the window and I just let my mind wander, and all my best ideas about my business and my songwriting and all those things really come from just giving my brain space, you know. Hi Jane, how's it going? Nice to see you. Great to see a few guys from the club on here just now. Yeah, processing is incredibly important. As I say, I don't listen to tons of music. I like to listen a lot to talks. I like to listen to meditation music that just helps my brain relax, and definitely crave silence. I was raised Quaker, and a big core thing of the Quaker faith is they don't really have ministry. You just sit around in silence once a week, and if anyone wants to share anything that comes up, you do. But it's much more about creating a space for reflection. And I think that really influenced the way that I live and be, and even what I want to build, and my club, and all those things really come from that space of reflection. And yeah, those moments of reflection are definitely a help, you know. Definitely feel like I need them. I know a lot of the people in the club are a little bit like that and a bit introverted. Graham from the club asks, what techniques do you use to devise melody that's different from your previous songs? As a lot of mine start to sound the same. I've got a theory, Graham, this is not going to be for everyone, but that's okay. I have a theory that when you're writing songs or any kind of creative idea, that a theme will occur until it's fully expressed. So I'll notice that when I make an album, I'll have one or two melodies on there which are really just keep coming up, just keep on coming up and keep on coming up. And then when I feel like I've fully expressed that melody, it's like I can let go of it. So it could be, Graham, that if you have been struggling with melody and there's one theme that keeps coming to you, it might just be that you've not yet quite found the exact thing that melody wants to say. The one tip I would give, or perspective I would give on melody and writing melody, is I would say you always want to listen to the melody, because melodies are kind of like a gift, right? They come to you, and when it comes to you, what you want to ask it is what it wants to say to you, because every melody has a message, right? So the more that you can think about the melodies that come to you as like having a message, and just be humble, be quiet, be patient, listen to the melody and ask what it wants. Ask what it wants to express, you know? I always say it's like tone. A melody's like tone. So I'm sure, Graham, you've heard me say this before, but, you know, I always say, if I said to you, pass the salt, like that, that would be a weird tone to say that. So whereas if I said, hey, could you pass the salt, right? What's the difference? The difference is melody. That's what melody is a different tone in terms of how you're saying something. So if you think about your melodies as a tone of voice, then just ask yourself, what is this tone of voice wanting to say? Another thing I would recommend, if you're feeling a little bit stuck in terms of ideas and a little bit stuck in terms of what your melodies are doing, I would recommend writing at different speeds, because I know for me that I used to definitely a lot get trapped in slower speeds, because it's quite easy to make something feel convincing and good when it's slower. So sometimes just shaking things up and changing the speed can be useful. That can be a way of kind of getting yourself out of that jam. So that's what I got for you today. All questions come from the club. All requests come from the club. Thank you guys for your questions. Thanks for being in the club. It takes 8,000 Spotify listeners to make me the same money as 35 people in the club. Would you believe? Even though the club's only 150, although the minimum price is going up, so it's going to go up in a couple of weeks on February 1st. So it's going to be £5 minimum to join the club. But even that's not too bad. But if you do fancy joining, it's a big help. I really appreciate it. Helps me keep making music and talking and sharing ideas. So if you appreciate that, that's the easiest way you can support me. This song I'm going to sing for you is one from a second record. This song's called People Come, People Go. Oh, a blue-eyed woman crying in the station, and I wish that there was something I could do. As a grief is rolling through her like a freight train, and I wonder why she feels so low and blue. If her daddy's gone, I tell her it gets harder. If her lover's gone, I tell her that she's free. As a bird that flies across the widest ocean, as the wind that does along the rolling sea. Everything's gonna be alright. People come and people go. Everything's gonna be alright, darling, don't you know? Oh, out there in that wilderness, there's someone. There's someone that will hold you through the night. And if you find that feeling in the darkness, it's something that'll lead you to the light. Everything's gonna be alright. People come and people go. Everything's gonna be alright, darling, don't you know? Everything's gonna be alright. People come and people go. Everything's gonna be alright, darling, don't you know? Sing it along at home. Everything's gonna be alright. People come and people go. Everything's gonna be alright, darling, don't you know? Everything's gonna be alright. People come and people go. Everything's gonna be alright, darling, don't you know? Thanks a lot, guys. That song is called People Come, People Go, and it is from the second record that I ever made, which is called Brighter Still. If you appreciate what I do, please come and join my club. It's a small way that you can help me to stay afloat in this strange new economy of AI and streaming and whatnot. So yeah, appreciate you guys being here. Thanks so much. I'm going to sing one more song for you, and club members get live streams on the first of the month. We do like a long form live stream. All requests come from the club, so I'm looking forward to that. And Bob's here and he's asking for Working Man. Yes, sir. This is a song that I wrote about a guy that I used to work with, and it's really just about those men who are, you know, doing their work and providing, showing up, doing their thing. And this one goes out to Bob tonight. Appreciate you, Bob. If you guys enjoyed the live, come and join my club. Johnny's working Tuesday's blues. Another day and nothing's new. Steel toe caps and cigarettes. He's nothing saved but he pays his debts. Sees his mother every Sunday. He wants to pay her house off one day. Looking down another year, 'cause nothing ever happens here. Working every weekday, double on a Sunday. He missed his boy's first words. He doesn't make a lot, but everything he's got is everything he needs. He's a working man. He's a working man. Yeah. And when he lays upon her chest, his heart beats stronger than the rest. Dirt beneath his fingernails, and she knows he will never fail. She seems to know but never heard, 'cause love for him's a doing word. Working every weekday, double on a Sunday. Hungry mouths to feed. He doesn't make a lot, but everything he's got is everything he needs. Working every weekday, double on a Sunday. Hungry mouths to feed. He doesn't make a lot, but everything he's got is everything he needs. He's a working man. He's a working man. Yeah. And he shows his love his callous hands, and he hopes she understands. Thanks so much for joining, everyone. That song is called Working Man, and it is from my 10th solo studio album, which is called Songwriter. And really appreciate all you guys joining me for the live tonight. If you got any value out of this live, it would mean the world to me if you come and join my club. If you want to join and you're watching on Instagram or Facebook, just comment club and I will send you a link. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the top comment. I also help people make albums. So if you'd like to work with me on an album, you can apply to do that by going to my website and checking out the mini album offer, or clicking the link in the top comment, or send me a message. Q1 is starting to fill up, so it'll probably be later in the year, but if you're interested, have a look. You can apply there. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for joining, and I'll hopefully see you inside the club. And peace, everyone. Have a beautiful Saturday.